All right, I got one down. Got 4 more to go. I got 3 in here. They're gonna go away. I got these 3 that are gonna go away. I got 5 packs, so they're gonna replace 7. Actually, 5 packs. They're gonna replace 9. 2 of which I just never finished getting hooked up down here. Currently have the breaker off. Green is good, red's dead. Got my balance lead set up. It's currently on Bluetooth on my other phone. Not sure what I'm going to do with these temperature probes. Maybe just tape them to this aluminum plate. Because just not very long unless I set the BMS on top, which I don't want to do. All the bus bars are in. I did not top balance these. All the voltages were the same 3 decimal places on every single one, with a fluke. 117. All the internal resistances were identical. So I'm not worried about them being balanced. I think they're perfectly balanced. I checked several codes. They're all made on the same day. I mean, these are it's just as battery hookup description says, they are perfectly balanced. I'm gonna have to do some off-grid garage and get some blue LED lights. Get a big piece of Lexan to go over the whole front of it. Then find a buyer for these batteries. I'm here in southeast Michigan. I'll probably get rid of 70 kilowatt hours worth of lithium ion batteries for like $2,000. I just don't want to see them go to waste because they're good batteries. Here's the other. Actually, there's 6 sets in here, but they only make up 3 packs. My 400 amp square D main breaker. LL 1200. 400 amp continuous 1000 amp surge. $3,000 breaker. A couple extra cells. These are all 14S. Most of them are in compression, but the back couple are not, because I had to get 14S. But they're not swollen. So we got 6 sets of these. And I've got 6 sets of these. It's 5.94 kilowatt hours in this pack here, which I think is a 10S. And then this is another 4S. Or this is an 8 and a 6. I don't quite remember. Let's see. Sometimes I can get this cover off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah. So these are cut in half 4S, and these are 10S's. So I have 6 10S's, and then I have 4 4S's, and I believe I have an 8S down here somewhere. And either one more 10 or an 8. I was going to cut that up and make 2 more 4S's. I just never got to it. So, if anybody's interested, hit me up in the comments. Otherwise, they're going to go on Facebook Marketplace. I'll meet you at a gas station. Not in a hurry to get rid of them, but taking up shelf space. That's my big junction down here. And they're on high voltage isolators. These all came along with that breaker in this cabinet. That's a UPS, like an industrial UPS lead acid cabinet. All the drawers pull out. I believe it was like a 240 or a 400 volt DC. Couldn't have been 400 volt. I think it was 240 volt DC. I've had a couple of these cabinets. This was the original breaker in it. This one was a 200 ampere. It's adjustable. But it's good for 300 volts. No, it was wired like the way on the right, 600 volts. So it might have been originally a 400 volt cabinet. I think it had something like 48 12 volt batteries in it, or 46 or something. So yeah, that's over, or maybe 40. That'd be 420 volts. I don't remember. It might have been 48, because that would make, you know, like a 480 volt nominal battery cabinet for big industrial UPS. So all these sets here are going to go away. I'm going to experiment on at least one of these, though, with the arc fault and the breaker tests. Make sure the breakers do what they're supposed to do. So yeah, 80 amp individually breakered. These aren't included. But each pack, so I'm running 7 BMSs. So each shelf has its own BMS. So each shelf, each pack is on an 80 amp breaker. Then I have a 400 amp breaker for the inverter itself, which, how many amps? It's a 12 kilowatt unit. Lead acid, right there. Battery input, 300 amp. I don't know why I couldn't see it for so long. So 400 amp breaker is fine. That's where we're at. Got one done tonight. It's time consuming, you know, making sure these all go in the right order, because you mess up these orders, toast. I've toasted one before. I've ordered 11. I have 10 good ones, but I've toasted one by mixing these up. So before you ever plug them in, go with a multimeter from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and make sure they all add up. I got some like fuel line or something over the all thread, so they can't short out against the cases or anything. All right, try to get one more going. Maybe this week. We'll see. Right now, it's isolated, just sitting there in its own little world. That breaker being off, all the rest of the batteries are still working as normal.